We got, much before your next meeting coming to the stage, very funny young man from Philadelphia. You guys are going to love him. Please give it up for Joey Doherty, everybody. Give it up for Joey Doherty.
Hello, people. He was talking about weed. I've been smoking weed since I was 14. I've noticed that the price of weed has fluctuated in that time, but whenever you get smoked up for free, it always costs 40 minutes of friendship. Like, you get done the joint and you're like, all right, fine, tell me about your side project. I had a year. I had a birthday this year. Anybody else? All right, cool. Some of you. What I got for my birthday this year, I got a bunch of gift cards. And I'm not a fan of that, because what do you get people that you don't really care about? Gift cards. That's why I really think that we should invent therapy gift cards. Because when you give somebody a therapy gift card, it's a lot like saying, hey, I really don't care about you. You should. I'm in virtual therapy, actually, right now. The fun thing about virtual therapy is that whenever you make a breakthrough, you get to watch yourself cry in a tiny box in the corner. It's a lot of fun. I had an interesting year. 2021 was actually worse for me than 2020. All right, somebody else. All right. You're my crowd, apparently. Basically, what happened was, let me start with this. I'll start at the beginning. Anybody in here, whenever they get like 2 drinks in them, do they kind of wish you were like that all the time?
Yeah.
All right. There's a lot of honest people in here, thank God. Usually there's nothing. I actually kind of got my wish granted because I got into a bike accident and I lost some peripheral vision in this eye. So it kind of seems like I'm drunk all the time. The only problem is I just had the visuals of 2 beers, none of the confidence. I actually did get the news that my eye damage was going to be permanent, but the same day I got it, it was the same day as my nephew's birthday, and then I realized I get to say some cool nephew, like uncle shit. Get to be like, oh, come here, let me see how big you got. Let me look at you in my good eye. Let me look at you in my good eye. And then right after that, I got fully vaccinated. I got the second shot, waited 2 weeks, and then I was fully vaccinated. And then 2 days later, I got mugged. I feel like it's the universe's way of saying, hey buddy, you're not done being afraid of outside. Head on a swivel. How many people in here have been mugged before? You got one? All right, one. All right, one. How many people in here have been mugged twice? Okay, how many people in here have been mugged 3 times? All right, so it's definitely me then, right? The funniest part about that joke is that I've been mugged 4 times. Oh my God, guys, I'm joking about it. Stop awing at me. Sometimes I don't know if I'm running jokes or just sad proverbs. The funniest part about that is I got mugged for 2 sandwiches in my joke book. I just imagine the person going through the joke book just being like, this dude sucks at poems. Something that might explain why I got mugged that many times is I did grow up in Philly. I grew up in Philly and my brother had Down syndrome and my best friend's brother was gay. So when we started hanging out with other people from Philly, they needed to eliminate half of their vocabulary. Like they would go to describe something, that's so gay. I mean, it's really... I just don't like that. I just don't like that. I used to hang out with a bunch of graffiti writers, like growing up, and used to hang out on train tracks. And the funniest graffiti I've ever seen was it just was big block letters that said Morrissey. Yeah, exactly. I just imagine the person doing it just being like, "To die by yourself, such a lovely wind." Oh fuck, the cops! They run away. The cops show up. Look at what they wrote. They just go, "Listen to Joy Division, pussy!" Joke ends with hip cops. Most jokes don't end with hip cops. I'll get back to my year. After all that happened, it's actually just been the year anniversary of me doing fentanyl, guys. You guys want to hear that story? Yeah! Alright, so I did it in the hospital, where you're supposed to. But I was doing it in the hospital, and so I woke up from like a surgery, and the nurse that was right next to me was like, and I woke up and I was in an insane amount of pain, and then she just goes, "All right, now we're gonna give you fentanyl." And I was like, "Fentanyl? No, that killed my friend Frank." Oh. Man, I get it, man. Man, I miss you, but I get it. Sometimes I don't know if I'm good at small talk or I'm just good at Philly small talk. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically like how many people from your grade school are still alive. I think the most American sentence I've ever said is, "I found this bullet at the playground." Oh man, what else am I talking about? People describe my grandfather's generation as very stoic. He was in like World War II and Korea. But you also have to remember that that generation was like always drinking whiskey and smoking unfiltered cigarettes. So they might have just been trying to not throw up. It's a very similar look. I'm fine. My grandfather had a saying. It was "Joe, remember, everyone needs a job, because money is the lube that makes it hurt less when life fucks you." There's no getting around that not being true, guys. I'm sorry. I have a job right now. I'm currently a bartender. By the way, tip everybody out there. Give it up for them, tip them. They can't hear it, but it'll make me feel better. When I first started like working in the bar industry, I was like really happy about it. I was like, yeah man, not a part of the corporate machine. Not one of those cogs in the machine, you know, I get paid under the table. And then like over the years of doing it, I slowly realized that all I'm doing is numbing the cogs of the machine with alcohol and food so that they keep being cogs in the machine. You know what that makes me? I'm just greased for the machine, guys! At least you guys are in there with nuts and bolts and health insurance. Like, I can be wiped away when I'm useless. The good thing is they don't drug test the grease. I'll leave you guys with this. Some people think that like doing stand-up like might impress like people I grew up with, but like I grew up with like dudes who were in like metal bands. So like their stories automatically trump mine. Like they'll be telling like their story, they'll just be like, yeah dude, I was on stage, I was playing guitar, and I looked out and these dudes were punching each other in the face. I was like, fucking awesome, I made that happen. I was like, yeah. One time after one of my shows, nobody made eye contact with me. Alright, you guys are cool. Thank you.